Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today I'm with Eric Armstrong, and he came to get some sheep from us. And Eric, you got a place started up by Cameron. Is that right? Cameron, Missouri?
Cameron, Missouri, yep.
And you got excited about getting into regenerative type farming. Started watching some of our YouTube stuff, and you're pretty passionate about it. Just talking with you, you've come a long ways, it sounds like.
Yeah, well, thanks. I total city boy, didn't know anything about animals or anything. Got really encouraged by all the tips and wisdom and stuff from the videos, all for free. So I just ate up the videos and decided to go with hair sheep because lamb is delicious. I just wanted basically to not have to depend anybody else for my meat and food and stuff like that. And lambs, I tried cows. It was too hard for me with no equipment. And sheep are easy with no equipment.
Yeah. And you've got some young children too, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 3 young kids, 7 and under.
So if a lamb or something would run over one of them, it's not going to break them up.
No, and so far, I've never had a lamb attack a kid,
Yeah.
a child.
Yeah. Well, you came and got some parasite resistant. You got a ram and a wither over there, and that ram is going to pass his resistance on through the sheep that you have. But you didn't have any background. What gave you the courage to step out and do this?
That's a good question. I don't know. I actually don't know. I just have kind of a burning inside. I've always wanted to live in the country, and I wanted to kind of get like a wilderness house or something with woods and hunt, but I ended up finding a place that was perfect with pasture. And first thought was just how to take care of the pasture, but then food, and I had no idea I was going to love the actual animals, but I do actually love sheep.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? There's something therapeutic about going out and watching them eat, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the noise. It's like you can watch that like you could watch a campfire.
Yeah, it's almost, it draws you in. I tell that's the favorite part of my day, just sit and watching my animals eat. So you had a question for me earlier, and I said, why don't you save that question for the video? What was the question that you were going to ask me?
So my question is, especially for somebody who doesn't, a lot of people grew up in the farm and they kind of understand death and animals and the non-stop of you're not going on vacation for a while unless you have somebody really good. So my question is, when it comes with either burnout or like emotional, when you feel kind of like you're hanging on by a thread, or these animals, everything depends on you, you have to always be there. When you feel like you're hanging on by a thread, like what do you tell yourself? Like how do you encourage yourself to keep going?
Well, the number one thing is you've got to be 100% convinced that what you're doing is right. And I know what I'm doing is right because it's the only regenerative type food program we have in the world. When you can run a ruminant animal on grass, and I know you're going to have hiccups, you're going to have stuff that doesn't work, you're going to have stuff that maybe even dies on you, but you got to keep moving forward. And in the livestock business, there's a quote, and I'm going to share it with you. In the livestock business, you're also in the dying business. You're not going to hear that from a lot of people. But sometimes they just don't work out. They just die. And it may not even be your fault. They just didn't adapt or whatever. But that's a very small percentage. Most of it's really good. I mean, so you can use ruminant animals to heal the landscape, break this carbon that we need back into the soil by trampling it on the ground. And at the same time, they can breed and give you one for the next year. So I say it's better than Walmart. Walmart, they got to buy and restock their shelves from China. We have an animal out here that can produce on grass, So all you got to do is manage them. So on burnout, when you get just really burned out and doing it all the time, you need to leave. Give your animals a bigger pasture. You don't need to move them every single day or twice a day. Give them a bigger piece of grass and make sure they got water and shade, and then leave. Just leave. Get away from the farm, because we all need that. We really do.
Yeah.
Especially in a drought. When you get in a drought situation, you need to get away from that farm, because a lot of farmers, and we want to mention, I will say it because it's the truth, droughts are a cause of a lot of suicides. People just absolutely give up hope. And you can't ever let yourself get in that situation. So by managing your grass, number one, always manage your grass. And I'll give you another quote. In the livestock business, you can run out of money, you can run out of animals, but you can never, ever run out of grass. If you run out of grass, you are out of the livestock business. And that's because now you're stuck. You got to go buy all this stuff to keep your animals alive. So don't ever put yourself in that situation. Always make sure you have some grass somewhere on your farm.
Well,
All right?
thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it so much. In fact, I did. I had a little gift for you.
Oh my gosh, what is this?
This is a kukri, which I am a huge believer in. Basically,
Whoa.
it's like a machete, but it'll actually work like an axe. It'll really split wood, but I used to use hatchets, machetes, things like that, and until I bought one of these, I just ended up buying so many. So all the free education, all the stuff, I've been so inspired. I just can't thank you enough. Wanted to give you something.
Oh my goodness, look at that. And it's got another little knife on the side there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has a little knife in there, and then just a little hardened steel if you want to sort of work
Sharpen
up
it.
the edge and sharpen it. So
Wow.
This is from the brand Himalayan Imports. If you've never had a kukri and you are upset with machetes and hatchets and things like that, you can chop trees down with them. So they're amazing. Look into it.
Wow.
And anyway, thank you so much.
You bet. And you got a shirt there. Is that your company?
Well, yeah, Bent Blade USA. I don't make them. They're all made in Nepal. It's the national knife or weapon of Nepal.
Okay.
Authentic from Nepal.
Okay.
So this is Himalayan Imports. I just am trying to get a kukri into every house in the United States. So
Cool.
here goes.
All right. Well, thank you, sir.
You're
Well,
welcome.
folks,
Thank you.
I'm going to just give this guy a chance to talk about what he was doing. And thank you for your interview.
Thank you.
And good luck with your sheep.
Thanks.
All right, folks. On the way out, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.